Hello and welcome to this video about the life and legacy of Kurt Cobain, the legendary frontman of the iconic grunge band Nirvana. Cobain's impact on the music industry and on popular culture as a whole cannot be overstated. His raw, emotive lyrics and powerful voice made him one of the most influential musicians of his generation. Early life. Kurt Cobain was born to Wendy and Donald Cobain in Aberdeen, Washington in 1967. Growing up, he faced a number of challenges, including his parents' divorce when he was 9 years old. This event had a profound impact on Kurt as he struggled with feelings of abandonment and insecurity throughout his life. Kurt's childhood was marked by frequent moves, as he and his family lived in a number of different homes and cities. This instability contributed to Kurt's feelings of insecurity and disconnection from the world around him. Despite these challenges, Kurt showed a talent for music from a young age, and he began teaching himself how to play the guitar when he was just 13 years old. Kurt's love of music grew over the years, and he became heavily involved in the local punk and grunge scenes. He formed his first band, Fecal Matter, in 1985, and he continued to play in various bands over the next few years. During this time, Kurt developed his signature style, combining punk energy with a more introspective and introverted approach to songwriting. Overall, Kurt Cobain's childhood and early life were marked by a number of challenges, including instability, abandonment, and personal struggles. Despite these difficulties, Kurt's passion for music and his natural talent helped him to overcome many of these obstacles and eventually become one of the most influential musicians of his generation. Forming Nirvana. In 1987, Kurt Cobain formed Nirvana with bassist Chris Novoselic. Kurt and Chris's musical partnership was pivotal in the formation of Nirvana. They complemented each other's musical styles, and their friendship provided a strong foundation for the band. Despite coming from different musical backgrounds, they quickly hit it off and began writing and recording music together. The two spent countless hours writing, recording, and rehearsing, and their dedication and hard work paid off. They quickly gained a local following in the Seattle music scene, and they were soon signed to Sub Pop Records. In 1989, Nirvana released their first album, Bleach, which received critical acclaim. The album showcased Kurt's raw, emotive songwriting and powerful voice, and it helped to establish the band as one of the most promising new acts of the time. However, it wasn't until the release of their second album, Nevermind, in 1991 that Nirvana truly broke through. The album's lead single, Smells Like Teen Spirit, was an immediate hit, and it helped to launch the grunge movement and bring alternative rock into the mainstream. The album's success was a turning point for Nirvana, as it transformed them from a local band to one of the biggest acts in the world. Overall, Kurt Cobain's formation of Nirvana with Chris Novoselic was a pivotal moment in his life and career. The band's early success and the release of Nevermind helped to launch the grunge movement and cement Kurt's place as one of the most influential musicians of his time. Success and tragedy of personal life. Over the next few years after the release of Nevermind, Nirvana continued to tour extensively and release critically acclaimed albums, such as In Utero, 1993. Despite their success, Kurt's personal struggles with addiction, depression, and chronic pain took a toll on his mental health. Kurt had a history of substance abuse, and he struggled with depression and chronic pain throughout his life. These struggles were compounded by the intense pressure of fame and the stress of constant touring. In 1992, Kurt married musician and Hole frontwoman Courtney Love, and the couple had a daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, in August of that year. Despite their seemingly happy family, Kurt and Courtney's relationship was often tumultuous and marked by drug use, infidelity, and other issues. Despite the efforts of his friends and family, Kurt's mental health continued to deteriorate. In 1994, he was hospitalized after a drug overdose, and he entered into rehabilitation for his addiction. However, Kurt soon left rehab and disappeared. On April 8, 1994, Kurt's body was found at his home in Seattle, and he was pronounced dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Legacy. Kurt Cobain's death on April 5, 1994 sent shockwaves through the music world and beyond. At just 27 years old, He had become a symbol of the grunge movement and a voice for a generation of disaffected youth. His music spoke to a sense of disillusionment and anger that was felt by many young people in the 1990s, and his lyrics and style helped to define the sound of a generation. In the wake of Kurt's death, Nirvana's music continued to reach new audiences and inspire new generations of musicians and fans. The band's albums, particularly Nevermind and In Utero, are considered classic works of the grunge genre, and Kurt's songwriting continues to be celebrated for its raw honesty and emotional intensity. In addition to his impact on the music world, Kurt's death also had a profound effect on popular culture and the music industry. He is often remembered as a tragic figure, and his life and death have been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and films. Today, Kurt's music continues to be listened to and loved by millions of people all over the world, and his impact on popular culture and the music industry will never be forgotten. Ending. And that's the story of Kurt Cobain, one of the most influential musicians of our time. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed learning about his life and legacy. Until next time, farewell.